welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts. If, like me, you sometimes have problems finding a level surface to work on with your resin, then I'm hoping this little project is going to help solve that. We will see. It came to me in a flash of inspiration while I was sleeping. So I definitely hope this is going to work. So stick with me and let's see. So what I've got is a piece of plywood here, and it's a nice thickness of plywood. And the reason I've chosen plywood is because it's less likely to warp or bend. If you're concerned about that, you could double it up or use something that's a little bit thicker. I've also cut myself some blocks of wood that I know have been cut level, and they're going to be glued onto each of the corners like this, making sure I've got my level bit in the right place. And I'm working on a level area. I know that because if you can see that little tiny level bubble, the bubble is right in the middle, and I do level this surface as often as I possibly can. This is just bits I've got laying around. These I ordered off of the internet. I thought they were a bit bigger than that, if I'm totally honest, because they are a little bit tiny, but they'll do for what I want to try. And I've also got some adjustable feet. Now if this works, I could make a bigger one, or I could equally work on a piece of flat board on top of this. So let's show you how I plan to put it together. The first thing I need to do is I'm going to use a really good strong wood glue and glue these blocks with a fair bit of glue onto it. I don't mind if it's going to punch out of here, because I can clean it up anyway. So I'm going to glue all these 4 blocks to this board, and then once that's done, and then clamp them down so they're a nice tight fit, and this glue really isn't going to go anywhere. You know, these aren't going to come off or anything once they're glued on. I'm going to clamp them on quite tight because I want a really good contact with them. Clean up my glue. And then once I've done all 4, I'm going to leave that to cure up for a good couple of hours. Well, this should all be dry now, so all I need to do is take my clamps off. I did put a couple of braces across here as well, and I think that'll help it just be a bit more secure. All I need to do now, this is finished and everything's dried and cured on here, is find the centre of these squares, and I will just mark from corner to corner on that one, and from corner to corner that way, and then that will give me my centre there. And I'll do that on all 4 blocks. And now I need to drill as level as possible a hole going through there, so I can put these on, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Yep, that should be deep enough, because I need it deep enough for this whole screw, if needed, here, to go into there. And now we've got those holes drilled, all we need to do is unscrew these and fit them over the top of that like that, and then this bit goes into that hole you've just made. So just knock them in until they're completely flush. Yep, that one's completely flush now. And the way these are designed, they're not going to go anywhere, so you don't have to worry about that. And then once they're all on, you can then screw your little feet into there. And this is what's going to allow you to create a level work area. And now what I'm going to do is add my little bubbles in there, and I want to put one in the middle of each area. See, at the moment you can see this has got a bit of rock to it that way. So what I would do is I would open up this foot, and now it hasn't got a rock to it and it's level. So I'm going to drill these holes, and I'm going to use just a slightly larger drill bit for these, in the middle of this bit and the middle of this bit. Well, now I've got those holes cut out, what I need to do is set these into it, and I'm only going to be using a tiny bit of wood glue all the way around and inside. And that should stick those on there lovely. Then I'm going to pop these in, get them level, and then pop a little bit of tape over them as soon as I've got them level, and hold them down so that when it dries, they're not tempted to sneakily move around. And the clear tape I can use because I can see through it and see that they're still level. And I know this is level itself because I tried it a little while ago with a level. Let that finish curing up and then we can use it and I can see if it works. Well, here it is. I've used this loads of times now, and what I wish I'd done straight away, which is what I said I would do, is when I use it, put a silicone mat over the top of it, because that way I wouldn't have to keep pipping bits of resin off it, as you can see here. But I have to say, it works really well, especially for things like these sorts of molds. If you only want to cure a thin layer, you get a really nice level flat layer. Also, I have made another book cover that has come out brilliantly. I don't know if you saw the one that I did with the lion in it that I made from the tattoo. If not, check that video out. If I'd have used this level table, I wouldn't have had that little problem in the corner. And I've used it since, and it eliminated that, because that is quite a thin mold. I also have a bigger plank here, which is much bigger, that I can actually put over the top. This is quite a nice, large, thick bit of plywood, so that's not going to warp. And it is so easy to adjust using my normal level. So this isn't level at the moment, as you can see there with that bubble. This side needs to go up slightly to get that level. So all I need to do is lift this up here, turn that down a couple of turns till it gets level. Look at that, couldn't be more perfectly level. It's very stable. And if we want to go that side, we can. What this needs doing is it needs lifting up slightly from either of those bits as well. So I could just lift those legs up here on this side. I'm showing you with the larger bubble because that way you can see it a lot easier. So there we go, we're level going that way, and we're also perfectly level going that way. And we've got a real nice stable base. I will link everything that I used to make this in the description below. And again, if I want to go larger, all I have to do, because I know that's level and this is nice and flat, I can just put that on there. And can you imagine how many different molds and things that you could put on that and keep it level? Oh, I'm so pleased with it. If I made another one, I would make it about 4 inches bigger all the way around. But this was just a prototype to see if it works. And look at that, perfectly level there, perfectly level there, and all my little tiny bubbles are certainly level as well. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. I'm really pleased with it. Let me know if you're going to make one. Let me know if this is something that you would buy. I mean, obviously better than that from a company, not from me, because it has really made a massive difference to my leveling of my molds and things. I'm going to do a pour picture on it coming soon, and I'm going to see how that gets on as well. Please move that like button, it really helps my videos to get out there. And if you'd like to get hold of anything that I've used today, I will link it in the description below. Or if you'd like to buy me a coffee, the link for that is in the description below as well. Take care, enjoy your resin, bye.